Yes.
Because I'm going to do a little review of In the Heart of the Sea, the new Ron Howard film.
Oh yeah.
Because I got the opportunity to see that, and it's fine. I really wish it was really, really good because I love Ron Howard, and Rush was, in my eyes, one of the best films of 2013, and I really liked... what was the other film he made?
That was the film Ron Howard made.
Yeah.
Apollo 13?
I was thinking of Cinderella Man.
Okay.
I don't know why Cinderella Man's always the one I go to because I'm a sucker for boxing movies, but he's made some really great films, and he's really great with just general...
Like Angels and Demons.
Oh, don't. James, I know you're listening, and I'm sorry, but Angels and Demons isn't good. He's made a kind of a mixed bag, but more recently he's made some really great, like, proper Hollywood style, like, spectacle, fully emotional films, and this looked like a proper return to that as well. Like, In the Heart of the Sea, it's based on the true story that Moby Dick was based on, about a whaling ship called the Essex, which kind of travels from Nantucket to go whaling. Basically, they just go kill whales to get whale oil. And it's led by a captain that doesn't really know what he's doing. Chris Hemsworth is the first mate that should be the captain, and it's that kind of cliched, oh, I should have your job kind of thing. And it all goes a little bit wrong when the whale kind of attacks them. And the trailers would have you believe it's kind of like this whale film. Like I've heard
My favourite genre.
Yeah, no, I heard a lot of people describing this as
a whale film.
as the
Best
Chris
whale film.
No, literally as the Chris Hemsworth whale film. That is how I've heard this film described, and like because the trailers is like Chris Hemsworth on a boat, a whale attacks it, Jaws with a whale, but that is like 20 minutes of the film, if that. It's the best part of the film. It's the most riveting part of the film, but it's over so quickly you don't get a chance to really enjoy it, and there's no full climax to it either. It's kind of a bit half-assed and a bit annoying in that way because it ends up juggling all these different things. Like Chris Hemsworth is pretty great in it, and the cast themselves really great. Like Tom Holland's in it. He's probably got the biggest role out of the supporting characters, and he's pretty good. And the other supporting cast, like Cillian Murphy, they're good, but they're not in it very much. They kind of show up every now and again, say a line, and then disappear. The guy from Fear the Walking Dead's in it as well, and he's kind of annoying. And then there's this really stupid frame narrative with Brendan Gleeson and Ben Whishaw in it, where Ben Whishaw plays Herman Melville, the guy that wrote Moby Dick, and Brendan Gleeson is the guy telling him the story of the Essex, etc. But it just doesn't need to be there. It's neat and it's well acted, etc. But it pulls you out of the adventure so much that you end up completely lost a lot of the time. Like just when you feel like it's really gearing up, they cut back to them, and you're like, why do that? Because you've just lost all the momentum. And that seems to happen quite a lot. Like just when you think it's gearing up, it's over, or a scene cuts away too quickly, and it just feels really badly edited and a bit sloppy. Because it's just that central 20 minutes about the whale. The build-up's quite good because you're waiting for the whale bit, and then the bit afterwards just feels very wandering and it's not a proper climax. There's no big grand finale. It just kind of gradually fades out. It's like someone slowly turning down the volume, and they kind of end up shipwrecked for way too long.
It is a true story, didn't you say?
Yeah, but at the same time, they could have dialed up the whale bits. I mean, you use a certain amount of artistic license, but at the same time, like, the whale bit there is an attack. I don't want to go too far into spoiler territory, but the whale attacks their ship more than once. That could have easily been spread across an entire film, but instead they cram it into this really short space of time so they can fit in another story of them being shipwrecked, like a survival tale, which is really cliched and has been done 1,000 times. It's like Castaway, but 300 years ago. And this really strange kind of backbone about whaling politics. Yeah, like, you're giving me that face.
Does it
but
get a bit Phantom Menace? Like,
a little bit, yeah. There is, like, court cases and stuff about the whaling ship and all, and it's like, why are you doing this? And they feel like they have to... I mean, I can understand it's all part of building the sympathy up for the whale because it's not just Jaws with a whale. You're supposed to feel for the whale a bit more than you would.
King Kong with a whale.
Yeah, no, that's how Ron Howard actually described it.
Oh.
He said it's more like King Kong than
Howard.
Jaws. He said it's more like King Kong than Jaws because you are supposed to feel sympathy for the creature, and the way they do that is to kind of show the reason why they're going whaling, etc., which makes sense, but that could have been cut down dramatically. So you're kind of left with this kind of jack of all trades kind of film where some of it's good, but the bits that are good aren't in it for long enough, and the bits that are bad are in it for too long. And it's a bit chopped up and annoying.
I did kind of get that bit from the trailer because it seemed like it was half action film and then half, like the other trailers kind of portrayed it as like this almost Terrence Malick like thought
Yeah.
on it. What is insanity? I'm stranded.
That's the
And-
thing. It kind of tries to cross the line between them, and it's really the annoying thing is there is a really great film here somewhere.
Yeah.
Like if they had edited it differently, I get the feeling. I mean, I might be very, very wrong, but I get the feeling because Ron Howard's next film, Inferno, which is the next, which James will pleased to know is the next in the. Is it Robert Langdon,
Yeah.
the guy in the Da Vinci Code and
Oh,
Angels and Demons? The
okay.
next one of those
Great.
that comes out next year. So I have a
Most
feeling.
anticipated of 2016.
I have a feeling that Ron Howard just rushed through the editing for this to get onto that.
Any film that you would rush through another one to make is Inferno.
Exactly. Nobody like
I just
Angels
ha-
and Demons had like even Da Vinci Code had like a lukewarm opening at best. Why bother making 3 of them?
It's
Especially
his passion project.
well, this one, like In the Heart of the Sea, the producers were saying they've been trying to make it for like 14 years. They've had the script since like the late 90s. The book that it's based on was published in like 2000. So like this script has been waiting around in Hollywood for so long, and they said they wanted.
Inferno is its down.
Basically, yeah. It feels like there's so much potential here, and it's just squandered and raced through and rushed over quite quickly. So
That's actually, I'm genuinely a tiny bit disappointed.
yeah, I was really disappointed to be honest. And it's and another thing, it's in 3D. I don't know why.
Rating?
5.
Oh,
Actually, yeah, 5 because the acting in it is really good, and parts of it are really good, but it's just so it's like half a good film and half a bad film, so it all just kind of cancels out.
I get what you mean with that.
Yeah.
Right, what song are we going to be moving into then?